Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And tomorrow at the Prudential Center, the New Jersey Devils and New York Rangers will meet for the fourth and final time this season. And I thought it was appropriate and fitting to do a little bit of a preview on this ever so pivotal game. First thing I'd like to get out of the way right away, I have to rock the shades. I have a seasonal allergy issue. My eyes are all puffy and swollen. It looks like I went a couple sparring rounds with Mike Tyson, and so I will be wearing these shades for the remainder of this video. Thank you for your consideration. And yeah, the fourth game between your New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers, it is going to be a massive one. Both teams desperately needing points on their pursuit of the playoffs. The Devils comfortably in a playoff spot at the moment, hanging on to that third place in the Metro spot, while the New York Rangers are looking to claw their way into the second wild card position. And this one has potential war written all over it, my friends. Potential war indeed. I'm going to do a quick little recap to refresh your memories of the three previous games this season. We go to December 2nd. Your New Jersey Devils at Madison Square Garden come up with a massive 5-1 victory, highlighted by a 4-point night for Jesper Bratt with a goal and 3 assists. Jack Hughes with 3 points off of his 2 goals and 1 assist. And a beautiful win in the first game of the season. It took 2 months for us to get the first Devils-Rangers matchup, those damn schedule makers, but this was an entertaining one. And how could we forget, aside from a beautiful New Jersey Devils victory, this was the birth of Instagram hockey.
2 breakaways in the period, and this is the one I don't like. I don't like that because Hughes set out to embarrass Shesterkin there by slowing down and going to one hand. And that should send a shockwave to everybody on the bench. I know in my day that Colt Noor would have been hanging over the bench, banging his stick, saying, "I'm coming after you," because you tried to embarrass us. And that's blatant disrespect, and I'm sort of surprised I didn't see a response from the team that way.
Is that how you read it? I'm interested to hear more about that. Like, what did you read about that body language or that moment? Because maybe it was he just knows that Igor's really good on breakaways and didn't want to shoot right away.
No, he's had success against Igor, playing him straight up. And I thought he slowed down. He wanted to put a fancy move on. It was more Instagram hockey than intense hockey. There wasn't much of a back check, so that allowed him to do it. But I'm looking at him going like this and doing what in a practice a goalie would get mad at a teammate for doing, saying that would never happen in a game. When was the last time you saw somebody one-hand score like the Forsberg move?
Right.
In a game. Yeah. Not a shootout, but in a game.
Right.
And I think that the Rangers should be upset about that.
I can't get over what a complete joke Steve Valiquette is for that whole take. He got ripped on by plenty of NHL media and reporters for that horrible take, but it is what it is. I mean, wow, that'll live in internet infamy forever. Devils with a nice 1-0 lead on the season series after that one. And then we fast forward to December 23rd at The Rock, and your New Jersey Devils come out and lay a smackdown on the New York Rangers by a score of 5-0. This one was another amazing outing from the big guns. Jack Hughes with 2 goals and an assist once again for a 3-point night. Jesper Bratt and Luke Hughes both recording 2 assists in this one. And obviously this one was a little bit more of a throwback game. We got 2 phenomenal tilts. The first one involving Paul Cotter and Vinny Trocheck.
Both guys have a grip on one another. A spark plug for the Rangers, and Paul Cotter, we know, one of the more... And this is just the temperature of the rival. 2 good players that don't fight a whole lot, but trying to get their teams going. Couple of nice strikes there from Cotter.
Cotter keeps catching Trocheck down. Over this.
The second bout featured Brendan Dillon and Sam Carrick.
Dillon and Sam Carrick, it boiled over, and now they're going.
Well, we thought this might happen.
Well, you called it.
And things were heated up. Stuck Fox going at each other. Now, some good rights by Dillon. Carrick's a gamer.
Dillon's got him another couple of times. Carrick answers back. Oh, they're heaving away now.
We've seen Brendan piece. And this one hasn't this at all. Both guys.
Yeah, they'll step in here. That is a good bout with Brendan Dillon and Sam Carrick.
The first period down. Oh boy. I didn't feel this, Bryce. No, prior to the game, but
Love to see the fisticuffs. Love to see the win. Jacob Markstrom with the shutout, and the Devils win 5-0, improving to 2-0 on the season series against the New York Rangers. And then we fast forward to January 9th at Madison Square Garden, the closest and the only close game of the first three. The New York Rangers are victorious in overtime. Sam Carrick gets the overtime winner. This one was very entertaining, tightly contested, and the New York Rangers clawed back in the season series. Devils still leading 2-1 after 3 games. And this leads us to the 4th and final installment of the Hudson River rivalry for the 24-25 season. Your New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers will face off one final time tomorrow afternoon at the Prudential Center, and this one is going to be a juicy one from the Rock. As I mentioned earlier, both teams looking to inch closer to the playoffs. The New Jersey Devils overwhelmingly looking like they're going to claim that 3rd spot in the Metro. The Devils currently have 76 games played and have 87 points. I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we're here, kids. It looked like we may have been down and out. Deadline day was a depressing day, a dark day. Don't want to dwell on it, but rather underwhelming acquisitions, and then the team got thumped by Winnipeg that night at home, and I thought that could be the beginning of the end. However, this New Jersey Devils club has overcome adversity time and time again, whether it's injuries, slumps, whatever you want to call it. Here we are on the precipice of another playoff berth, and I need the playoffs more than anything. You guys all know I am a win-now guy. Playoffs or bust. Precious years of the core are burning off, and the time to win is right now. And this game is going to be yet another test for your New Jersey Devils, as they're currently riding a whopping 2-game winning streak, courtesy of the Minnesota Wild, from a home and home, where the Devils found a way to win both of those games. And this one's huge. 87 points, clinging on to that 3rd spot in the Metro. And the Rangers have 75 games played and have 79 points. So even if they won their game in hand, then that would bring them up to 81 points. The Devils still with a 6-point cushion, but that could be evaporated like that. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, as they say. This team needs to finish strong. They need to go into the playoffs on a high note, playing some winning playoff hockey. We've been seeing it intermittently over the past few weeks. Hopefully we see a consistent effort from this club, and hopefully they find a way to win. This is a massive game. This is going to play like a playoff war. I expect nothing less. And the Rangers are right now right there for the wild card, the 2nd wild card spot. Aside from chasing us for the Metro, it's looking like they're going to have to slide into that 2nd wild card spot. It's right there for the taking for the Rangers. If they could get hot at the right time, they could easily find themselves taking the Canadian spot, if not the Devils. Obviously, I think, percentage-wise and odds-wise, it's looking like, barring a collapse, the Devils are going to hold on to that spot. But the Rangers are right there for that 2nd wild card spot, and they are going to be making a push. And I predicted, I think after the last Devils-Rangers game, actually, in January, that I believed the Rangers would make the playoffs at that point. They were super far out, I believe. I don't have it in front of me how many points they were out, but they were out by a good margin. But I did say I'm a firm believer in solid goaltending. Igor Shesterkin is truly a world-class goalie that is capable of winning games on his own, and I thought they'd find a way to claw into the playoffs, and here they are. With 8 games left, right there, they could taste it. And so they're going to be coming out with everything to play for, obviously, as the New Jersey Devils have. We are currently in a slightly more comfortable position than them, but desperation hockey is a different animal. And you've seen teams come against the Devils with, whether it's periods of the super desperation hockey or maybe a couple periods, they've had to weather some storms, and I expect no less from this Rangers team. They are going to come out looking for a win, and I would love to see a hard-hitting, another classic game between these two rivals. Man, the rivalry, like I've mentioned before, has gone a little stale over the years, but with the whole Rempe saga in last season with McDermott and, that December 23rd game of this year, it's got the makings of on the way up. The playoff series did wonders for it, and here we are. I am hoping this one is a good one. I'm obviously hoping for a New Jersey Devils win. It would be pretty interesting to see the Rangers sneak their way into the playoffs, and imagine if the Devils and Rangers met in the playoffs once again. Man, that would be insane. A Devils-Rangers matchup once again. I mean, obviously, the Devils and Rangers would both be pretty sizable underdogs in their first-round series. But never say never. Anything can happen. Another battle of the Hudson in the playoffs would certainly be just the next beautiful chapter of this brewing rivalry. Would love to see it. I would love to see a Devils-Rangers matchup. Who wouldn't? I mean, wow. But I'm super jacked for this game, guys. Let me know what you thought about anything I'd said in this video in the comments. Let me know your predictions for the game. There's a lot going on. Seamus Casey recalled by the Devils, skating with the team. Sheldon Keefe had mentioned he would like to get him in a game at some point. I don't believe it will be this Rangers game, but hopefully we see Seamus Casey and what he could bring in his latest, stint with the big club. He was down in Utica for a while. He came back up, and he's practicing with the team. Luke Hughes and Brett Pesce aren't practicing as often right now just because they're resting and mending some injuries. And so Keefe likes the extra body in practice, but I do think he's going to give Seamus Casey a look. Again, I don't think it will be in this Rangers game, but I'm very curious to see what Casey brings. Love his offense from the blue line, something we desperately need. We've seen the goal-scoring droughts here and there, and it could be interesting. I'm very curious to see how this all plays out. But Jacob Markstrom, guys, Marky is going to have to be the difference maker in this Rangers game, and he is going to have to be the difference down the stretch for the rest of the regular season as well as the playoffs. In Marky, we trust. Jacob Markstrom is our true X factor, and we will go as far as he could drag us. Love Jacob Markstrom. But yeah, let me know what you think about any of this in the comments. Anything, everything Devils hockey, throw it out there in the comments. I enjoy talking to all of you. This one's going to be a good one. This one is going to be a good one. I have tons of stuff in the works. I'll be back soon. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go